Hi everyone! So it has been a while since I've done anything with my channel, and for those of you who used to see my other videos and was wondering what happened, I had canceled the account that I had the last one tied to with Google Plus or whatever. So I started a new channel and I am going to begin with the first video, which is now. Telling you some things about myself. So let me just pull out my handy dandy list because I'm going to do that challenge of 50 random facts about me. And I know that they're not exactly going to be random because I wrote them down, but I had to write them down so I knew where I would be at 50. So, here we go. First, my full name is Cassandra K. Shaw, but I do prefer to go by Casey. Second, I am 21 years old. Third, I play the piano, the flute, and the piccolo, and I am trying to teach myself to play the violin. Number 4, I love to sing, but not in front of people. Even though I was in choir in high school, like that was the only time. Like if I'm in a group, it's fine, but by myself, no bueno. Number 5, I did theater in high school and I hope to be on Broadway someday. I know I can never take the place of the great Kristen Chenoweth, but she is my Broadway idol. I hope to someday follow in her footsteps on Broadway. Excuse me. I became recently addicted to collecting Amuse, Al Picasso, and other plushies like Pokemon, and I collect a lot of things, but recently became obsessed with Amuse products, so I'm so excited. Later this year, side note, later this year they're releasing a sloth, and I love sloths, and I'm like, yay! Excited that they're coming out with them. 7th, my boyfriend's name is Cameron, and he is 22. So he's only a year older than me. Number 8, I am the youngest of 4 siblings. I have 2 half-brothers and a 3rd regular brother. We all have different dads. Well, not all of us, but the first 2 have a different dad than me and my brother. And my brother doesn't technically consider me a sister, so I like to just say that I don't really have a brother. It is what it is. Number 9, I love Chinese and Thai food, and I do like certain types of sushi. I haven't tried anything like sorry, my dog. I haven't tried anything like a California roll or a dragon roll, but I've had like a couple that I liked pretty well. Number 10, I enjoy getting my nails done, but I always feel weird when I go because a lot of the times I go as a relaxing thing, and like I don't do my prettiness, and so I feel weird just going, and like there are these women and these other ladies my age that look all fancy because they're out having a me day, and I just feel weird. But I like getting them done. 11, I don't really know my dad. Sorry, I'm gonna tell my dog to stop playing on the bed. Get off! Off the bed! My dog, I swear. Number 11, I don't really know my dad. He was in my life, part of my life. My mother and my father were married from the time I was born until a little bit after I was 1 year old, and then they divorced, and he wasn't around for a little bit. I hopped around a few places, and then when I turned 3, he gained custody. We lived with him till I was 5. And then he lost custody and my mom gained custody, so we went to live with our mom, and then I never heard from him or saw him again. So he's not really a part of my life. Number 12, my mom passed away when I was 12. I didn't plan that, by the way. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. She was 47. She had just had her 47th birthday, and it was devastating. Yeah, don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. Number 13, and again, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but this is just things about me. My grandparents passed away within a year of each other. In October of 2011, my grandmother passed away, and in September of 2012, my grandfather passed away. Number 14, I was born in Escondido, California. Again, like I said earlier, I lived there till I was about 5 with my dad and a few other things there. And then I moved to Texas to live with my mom and my grandparents. And then I grew up in a little place called Bandera outside of San Antonio, and that's where I consider home. If people ask me where I'm from and I don't feel like telling them the whole California, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri thing, then I just tell them Bandera, Texas, or just Texas. Number 15, I've been I've been to New Orleans, Louisiana twice, and I really, really love it there. I hope that someday I can live there. A few other places I've been to Georgia, Alabama, Florida, and the Philippine Islands. When I was living in Texas before I lived with my dad, one of the situations I was in, I was staying with some people and they took me to the Philippine Islands when I was like way itty bitty. Maybe three. Number 16. I love the smell of freshly cut grass and rain together. Like, if someone's out there mowing their lawn because they know it's going to rain, and then it rains, like, the smell of those two, I love it. Oh, this is my pocket knife, just because I'm playing with it for my next video, which I would regularly only do the one for tonight, but it's the first, and I need to tell you guys about myself. Anyway, number 17, I hate almost all vegetables. I love green beans, lima beans, peas, carrots, asparagus, but I really, really don't like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Yeah, those are the foods that I don't really like at all. Yeah. My very first, number 18, my very first roller coaster ride ever was a Superman Krypton coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. I had nowhere to put my feet. They were hanging the whole way. It was like 0 to 60 and nothing, and there was turns, and now I hate roller coasters. Yeah, there's only a few here and there that I like that I will ride. Like when I lived in Arkansas, I've been to Silver Dollar City, which is technically in Branson, and they've got a couple that I like that I ride every time I go. And then when I went to Florida, I did go to like all the parks. I went to Universal Studios, I went to Walt Disney World, I went to Animal Kingdom. Used to be MGM Studios, but now it's Hollywood Studios and Epcot. And I don't really remember most of the rides I rode at Walt Disney World or Universal Studios, but when we went to Animal Kingdom, I got to ride Expedition Everest, and I rode that 3 times in a row. I liked it so much. 19, some of my biggest pet peeves. I work at a UPS store, which gets rid of one of my things, but I'm around cardboard boxes. And when the boxes scrape against each other, it's like nails on chalkboard to me. Nails on chalkboard actually doesn't bother me like that, but cardboard against each other does. Big pet peeve. And I really hate when people eat and talk through their nose. Like, you have a mouth. Use it. Okay, moving right along. Number 20. I have a puppy named Iris and a cat named Socks. He just sits there a lot of the time, and he's on the end of my bed. And my dog you know about because I got onto her earlier. Number 21. I've been driving since I was 14 because I lived with my grandparents and they were elderly. I got something called a hardship license, which I had to go prove that I had good grades in school, good standings with a couple people in the community, and yeah, I was approved to take my testing early. Like, I did it regularly, just I did it when I was 14 instead of waiting 2 years and doing it when I was 16. 22, my first kiss from a boy on the lips was in kindergarten, and what happened was, it was when I first moved to Texas. I was new, I was cute, shiny, brand new, and some boy caught me off guard in recess or something, like a week after I'd been there, and he's like, "I think you're cute," and then he kissed me, and yeah, and I'm gonna count that because it counts. Anyway, number 23, my best friend, and yes, he's a guy, is in the Navy right now, so go Navy. Number 24, I currently have no other friends where I live. Yeah, as sad as that may sound, because I live in Missouri, like the northernmost part of Missouri that I've ever lived, because at one point in time I stayed in Branson for a little bit. I have no friends here. Like, I didn't go to school with anyone. There's no one that I know from school. Like, everyone that I know is because my boyfriend knows them, by either friends that he went to school with or friends of the family. So I don't have any of my own friends, like people that I hang out with and me alone. Number 25, my very first job ever was at a Blockbuster, and yes, they still existed like 5-6 years ago. Yeah. Okay, moving right along. We're halfway through already, guys. 26. I want to travel the world, and Greece in particular, because I was always obsessed with everything Greek in school. I just was. 27. Some of my favorite YouTubers are Plush Tea, Little Shy Fawn, and Cutie Pie Marzia. So if you guys see this, hi! I love you guys. Your videos are amazing. Number 28, my height is 5'2.5" or 5'3" on a good day. Number 29, I have a mostly Scottish bloodline, like 90%, and that's why I'm so pale and I have freckles. Number 30, I have never met anyone famous, not even remotely. Nope, just doesn't happen out here in the Midwest. And I've never traveled east or west enough to go where they may be. Number 31, I have 10 tattoos and 4 or 3 piercings, depending on how you look at it, with plans to get more. 4 more? No, more. My 10 tattoos are, I have a strawberry on my finger, I have a peace sign on my hand, I have a Hamsa, evil eye hand thing. I've got Namaste right here on my arm. I've got an anchor on the middle of my neck. I've got a quote on my shoulder. I have birds on my chest. You can't really see them. I have, until it gets fixed, I have my horoscope, which is Aries, ram's horns, and a rose on my side, and then I have a cross with Rest in Peace Grandpa on my ankle for my grandfather, obviously. And then my piercings are, I have this set here, which are gauged. I have another set, which I rarely ever wear anything in, that are just regular pierced. Then I have an industrial bar, my septum, and just my nose. I used to have a Monroe piercing here on this side, but I had to take it out for a job, and then I hadn't had it long enough that the one night I went without it, it healed up so quick. And I was mad at that because I spent like $80 to get it pierced, and it hurt, it bled. It was not comfortable, and I lost it. Okay, moving right along. Number 32, I am addicted to Facebook and my phone. Like, if I'm not doing anything, my phone never leaves my side. I'll just randomly get on Facebook, even if it's like I've just been on Facebook because of a notification or because of a message. I'll be on it, get off of it, and not even a minute later, I'll be back on it just because I have nothing else to do. Number 33, I hate bugs and insects. All of them. Even butterflies. Funny side story. When I was in middle school, junior high, and in the marching band, our band was rehearsing outside in the nice spring weather towards the end of the school year, and we were in marching formation learning to march, and this butterfly comes up to rest on the head of my flute, and all it happened was its wing brushed my cheek, and I flipped shit. In no way am I terrified or really afraid of butterflies. I just freaked that it was that close to me. And like I said, I like butterflies. I just don't like them touching me. Number 34. I have a fear of death among all my other fears. Obviously because of what I experienced when I was young. Let's see. 35. Some of my favorite TV shows are Supernatural, The Walking Dead, True Blood, although I've only ever seen the entire first season. I haven't seen any more than that, which is, yeah, bad. I've never seen any of the Game of Thrones just because we don't have HBO. Sorry, people. And I don't have Hulu either. Movies, The Labyrinth has always been my favorite since I was little. David Bowie, love him. Anyway, and I can't think of a whole lot of other things that are my favorite of movies and books and TV, stuff like that. Moving right along. Number 36, I have never seen Titanic, The Godfather. Poll me or ask me what you think I have or haven't seen, and chances are if it's like an American classic movie, haven't seen it. Not like American classic, the channel or whatever, but like Jaws, I haven't seen Jaws, haven't seen Titanic like I just said, things like that. Hi Socks, you came to visit? Number 37, I am notoriously bad at remembering all kinds of things. I would have to say that the night my mom passed away was when it all started. Because of that night, I have a really bad depression, terrible PTSD, and memory issues. If I don't write it down or have some form of, sorry, I had to straighten that, some form of way of remembering what I need to know or remember, aside from repeating tasks over and over, then I'll forget what to do or how to do it. 38, I went to college for approximately a year, and I say approximately because it was really just less than that. 39, my hair has been like 3 or 4 different colors. My natural color, which you can't tell by the roots that have come in because it's actually changed over time with how many times I've dyed my hair in the past, is actually like a sandy brown, but I've had my hair black, a few different shades of red, like a strawberry red and a mahogany. I've had my hair blonde, and I've had my hair dyed a few like colors like purple and blue and green. Number 40, I don't know how to properly apply makeup. I have been wearing this all day. I look good because I touched it up, but because my mom passed away when I was so young, she never got the chance to show me. She wasn't by any means a girly woman or a womanly woman, so I don't think she would have even known, but I know that she would have tried, and I just missed out on that opportunity to be shown how by her. Number 41, I picked up smoking after my grandpa died. Before then, I'd only smoked like once or twice with friends in very sparse, spread out occasions. And then after he died, I kind of lost my shit, and I just was like, fuck it all, I'm gonna go get a thing of cigarettes and smoke and smoke and smoke. And I did, and now I can't quit, which is bad. really bad. Well, I mean, I'm getting there. High sauce. Anyway, 42. I like to think that I can draw and color, but I know that I'm no good. I mean, I don't know that I'm no good, but I like to, but whatever. 43. I have always wanted to learn one instrument from all sections of, like, instrumentality, like a strings, a woodwind, a brass, a percussion, and I'm almost there. I think string-wise, if you don't want to consider piano a string instrument, which a lot of people do, but I mean like violin, like I'm trying to learn. The only other thing I would have to learn is a brass instrument and a percussion instrument, and then I'm set. Let's see. Number 44, I wish I could fly and to have one more day with my mom. Point blank. 45, oh, I already said this one, but I do suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and big anxiety issues. There are some days where I wake up and I'm depressed and I'll start to have these bad thoughts, and then they give me just the worst anxiety, and it's paralyzing. It is, because then I don't want to do anything for the whole day or move or go nothing other than what I would have to do, like use the restroom or eat and drink. 46, the first and only concert I have ever been to was a festival, music festival here in the greater St. Louis area called Point Fest, and it was 2014's Point Fest. 47, my favorite animals are dogs, sloths, alpacas, lemurs. I like lemurs a lot. They're so cute. Slow lorises or lori. I don't know what the actual word is for plural on that. Yeah, I think it's most of them. 48, I currently work at UPS, but I want to... There's a few things that I like to do with my life, but there's so many that I don't know. 49, I don't know how to swim. Never really learned. And number 50, woo, and I already know the names of the first son and daughter I hope to have someday. The boy will be Grayson Edward, and the girl will be Carolyn Sue, because the son's name comes from my boyfriend's side of the family. The middle name is a family thing. His father has it, his grandfather had it, whatever. Edward is the thing there, and then my boyfriend loves the name Grayson because he's really big into Batman, Robin, specifically Robin, Nightwing, and the Red Hood characters, and one of the Nightwings was Grayson something or other. So, yeah, Grayson Edward. And then Carolyn Sue comes from my mother's name, which was actually Susan Carroll. And for Susan, people often called her Sue, and her nickname was Carol, so I want to name my daughter Carolyn as my own twist on Carol, and then Sue as her middle name. So it's my own approach on my mom's name, like something that just suits me. So, there you have it. 50 not so random things about me, and I hope you guys will stick around for my next video, which will normally only be the one video type that I would have for a Wednesday. See you guys in a few.